Selling my car was something scary for me to give up in the beginning when I thought about it at first, because cars in our generation symbolize financial status and success, and it's like, oh, you made it, right? It wasn't just about saving money, though that happened, but it was also about discovering hope and freedom and staying true to my convictions. I had to come to terms with what I really wanted in life, and it was not to choose vanity and materialistic things because those feelings initially they started to fade. I want to share my experience through why I did that, what challenges I faced, and most importantly, what I gained on the other side of giving up that one thing that made me feel so good, that filled this ego, that filled this vanity inside of me. And I realized that's what it was. I was trying to impress other people, and I was paying for it heavily. But let's first take a step back, and I want to share how I got to that point. I journal from time to time. I think it's a really good exercise to get your thoughts out on paper and build language to what is going on inside of your heart. One day on January 20th, 2025, I note every single moment and I date all the times that I journal. It was at 2 a.m. and I was writing out my thoughts because I had just lost a lot of money attempting some stupid crypto trade. I tried to get into all that and it didn't work out like for most people. It was around I think $2,000 to $2,500, and I was really upset about it. I was like really down about it, as you can imagine. I mean, it's just money, poof, gone, just like that. I then began to do the math on all my yearly expenses, and it turns out I was paying so much more than I thought. I had never done this before. I had never calculated, done the math, and really put everything on paper to see what was really going out of my bank account. I was really shocked at how much money I was spending. And I'm going to go ahead and put a list of my expenses back around January at the beginning of this year. So almost $11,000 just for the car alone. You take away the car, that cuts my yearly expenses down pretty much in half. I was amazed at how much I was really spending on just transportation alone. Now, just to kind of give you more information, this car was a BMW 2020 M340i X-Drive. I put a lot of money into this car. At first, I thought this is the thing that's going to make me happy. This is the car I've always wanted since I was like in high school, since I was like 14, 15. I always wanted this car. I'm going to put a picture of it right here so you can see exactly what it looked like before I sold it. But I thought this was the thing that was going to complete my life, and that's why I invested so much into it. Now, here's the ultimate factor that caused me to sell it. This was the final nail in the coffin. For the past 2 years, I was making great money. I was able to afford it. I could pay for all these subscriptions and things and things and things. However, I started to get on a declining income, and these figures were not realistic nor sustainable anymore. I had to come to terms with that. I had to be brutally honest with myself. Though I didn't act on selling the car until about 6 months later, I did that from when I did that math. That was my deadline on whether I should keep it or not. Now, those 6 months were incredibly crucial to my life and transforming. It was quite a significant process that changed my mind in a lot of ways of how I saw life. It's safe for me to say that I was sick and tired. I truly asked myself, is this something I really want and love? Did I really love that car? Or did I just lust for it? Is this the life I want to continue? The honest answer was no. I didn't want to be held down by a car that I didn't even own because I was making payments on it. But it surely owned me. Proverbs 22 verse 7 says, "The rich rule over the poor, and the borrower is slave to the lender." This is not financial advice, but it is spiritual truth. Because bad debt doesn't just take your money, it takes your soul. It takes your ability to breathe, to pivot, to rest. It locks you into a cycle where your decisions are no longer your own. You have to answer to the master, the banker, the debtor, the person that is over you, controlling where your payments are going every month. It exposed something in me. I wasn't just paying for a car, I was paying to maintain an image nobody cared about, and I didn't even care about anymore myself. I was trading long-term peace for short-term attention. I wanted my life to look like I had it all together, had it all figured out, doing good financially, no worries, right? But inside I was truly anxious, constantly calculating things, wondering if I could keep up, and I was just living in worry. Now, don't get me wrong, if you love your car and you're okay paying a lot of money to keep it, by all means, please do what makes you happy. But that was not me anymore. I totally get that. I was there for 2 years. So happy. Like, I loved going fast in the car. I loved just taking pictures of it. Was making friends so easily. But that part of me is in the past, and it died, and it left with that materialistic thing. I decided to keep my money instead for things that make me happy, like experiences with people or investing in my future. The world tells us we need more to be enough. You need to buy this to be happy. Everywhere you go, there's advertisements: buy, consume, consume, and buy. But God never said that. He said wisdom builds a house. On wisdom, a house is established. Peace comes when we're no longer slaves to the things that once we thought defined us. This verse reminds me, freedom isn't just about walking away from any debt. It's about walking back into who God says I am, without needing a luxury car or a certain lifestyle to prove it, or thinking I have to prove myself to anybody. So once I started to go through this process, I started to gain clarity on what I truly wanted. I wanted to start spending more on things that mattered. Quality time with family and friends, and building relationships, travel, and investing into what I truly value and what will truly bring my life value. Looking back, having the nice car, filled my heart with something satisfying for a time. It gave me attention, compliments, validation, like people were telling me how good I was doing in life. It felt good. It fed my ego. As a man, we don't get a lot of compliments on a daily basis. So hearing those affirmations really gave me confidence and made me feel good about myself for a time, and it kept me trapped. Another realization I had was, though that was nice, no one truly cared deep down. I mean, it looked cool on the outside, but I was spending a lot of money to impress people who I didn't even know, or really even cared to know me. I was in a cycle of nothingness, as I like to define it now, and I was subconsciously chasing validation that never filled me. Maybe you're at that breaking point too. I don't know who you are, but maybe you're quietly suffocating in another way, buried under the weight of things you once thought you needed to feel valuable or successful or accepted or worthy of attention or love or any of those things. It could be a car, a lifestyle, a home, some precious thing you might see that you might have a special emotional attachment to, a version of yourself you felt pressure to maintain. And all that pressure was a bit self-inflicted, if we're being honest. But deep down, something's not right anymore. The spark is gone, that joy is gone, and now it just feels like a weight. It's heavy. It's on my shoulders and I can't get it off. And if I have to get it off, it's going to take a lot of work, but it's worth it. All the materialistic things that promise to make you happy didn't. So I want you to hear this clearly. Do not accept it. You're not foolish for stepping away. You're not weak for changing course. You're not broken for wanting peace instead of pressure. Sometimes the strongest thing you can do is let go of what you thought would define you, or would change your life, or would finally give you this happiness in life, and make room for what God is actually trying to give you. Because freedom isn't in owning more, it's in needing less. And when you finally make that decision, whether it's selling something, ending something, or walking away from something, you'll start to breathe again. You were never meant to impress the world. You were meant to live free. For me, when I told people I was selling my car, they challenged my conviction. They challenged my beliefs. They asked me why, and looked at me like I was from another planet or something. But I stayed honest and true and replied, I just don't want to pay for it anymore. I want to be free. I don't want any bad debt. The only thing I'd ever go back into debt would be to buy a home and make it a profitable debt, if that makes sense. But that's another topic for another time. Without getting too deep, I was just honest and clear about what I wanted. So ask yourself, reflect a little bit. What are you holding on to that's costing you more than it's giving you? Is it time, money, peace, identity, an image, a job? What's draining you more than it's blessing you? Are you living by conviction or by comparison? Is your life shaped by truth and peace, or by trying to keep up with someone else's expectations? That's dangerous. If you let go of what's weighing you down, what kind of freedom would become possible? What doors could you begin to open? not just financially, but emotionally, spiritually, relationally. What opportunities could come your way? So I will end with this. Proverbs 21, verse 20 says, "In the home of the wise are fine treasure and oil, but a fool quickly devours it." For a long time, I was devouring what I had fast. I was spending money like water. I was chasing quick pleasures, spending to feel validated, and thinking more meant better. But wisdom doesn't live in excess. It's the quiet choice to store, to wait, to walk with intention, not impulse. The wise don't just live for today, they live for what matters. And when I gave up what looked good, I made room for what actually is good: peace, clarity, and a life that doesn't depend on keeping up, but on slowing down. So maybe this is your invitation, not to give up everything, but to ask yourself, what kind of life are you building? And whether it's one filled with wisdom or just things. So thank you guys so much for listening. I love you guys. I appreciate, even if it's just one person listened, I'm so grateful that I could just share and put my thoughts together and transfer them onto this video and platform here on YouTube. It means the world to me. So see you later. Bye.